What's up, Hawk fans? This is Emma Welch, your on-campus host. I am joined here with a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Jack Simmons.
What are you on HawkTalk for,
I'm here
Jack?
for DSU Wrestling. I'm a senior, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So, what got you into wrestling, and like how long roughly have you been wrestling?
So I started wrestling my sophomore year of high school, and not until later. But I actually started wrestling because I was going to do off-season football, but my football coach was like, "No, you're going to wrestle." I was like, "No, I'm going to do off-season," and they signed me up for wrestling, and I ended up just wrestling.
I mean, yeah, that's actually a crazy story on how you got there. Most people, like Lorraine said, she started when she was 5.
Oh yeah, a lot of people start very young, and you know, coming in later, you just gotta go on that grind a little bit more.
Yeah. So this is kind of like a strange question, but what's your go-to hype song? I know you're always listening to music. Like, how do you get yourself hyped up before you have a match?
So honestly, it depends on the tournament. I will like listen to songs until I hate them. Right now, last time when I was wrestling competitively, I was listening to Valentino by I think it's called by Gold 24.
Oh,
but I mostly listen to rap or like actually in high school, my wrestling coach, his name is Pablo Cunningham. I used to never listen to rap, but he made me only exclusively listen to gangsta music because he wanted me to be meaner.
Oh.
And so now I only listen to rap.
Okay, that's interesting. So, what is DSU men's wrestling team dynamic like? Tell me something about them.
I think it's kind of cheesy, but definitely saying a brotherhood is very much like it. I have a brother and siblings, and it's very much like we're kind of all like siblings, honestly. Like, you kind of make fun of each other, you can be mean to each other, but if somebody gets stuck in Montana out of gas, you go and help them, which happened. You know?
Oh. So, what are your goals for this year's season, team-wise and individually?
Team-wise, so last year in our conference, we took 3rd, which was a big improvement from last year where we didn't place or the years before. For me personally, I'm looking to AA this year. I obviously really believe in myself that I can do it. I'm coming into this season uninjured, and it's very exciting. Yeah.
Awesome. And just tell me a little bit about like what your last season looked like. I know you went to nationals, right?
No, so I actually lost in the blood rounds to go to nationals.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes. So you go to the conference tournament, you wrestle, and then depending on how many people are ranked in your weight class, they take that many people to conference. I mean, not conference,
okay.
Nationals.
Okay.
And so I ended up being one match away. I ended up losing the match that would have taken me to nationals. So I'm very excited to go, but also coming off of an ACL reconstruction, honestly, I didn't even expect to go to conference, which was nice.
Right. So a little birdie told me, I'm not going to expose my sources, but old man Coach Schlecht, he can beat up on you guys. Can you confirm or deny this?
He beats us all up. Like, nobody wants to mess with him, and the thing is, like, we play dodgeball here before every practice, and he'll join in, and if you take his dodgeball, he will attack, you know, like jump on you and like gouge out your eyes, which is a joke, by the way. And no, nobody wants to mess with him. We actually have a joke that, like, you don't want to mess with Prime Schlecht.
Prime Schlecht, back NAIA, National All-American, you don't want to mess with him?
He would murder us all. Again, a joke.
Yeah. Okay. And the last question, we ask this on every interview, whether it's in studio or here on campus. What does DSU mean to you?
It means a community of people who really care. I came from a bigger school and like big classes, the smaller community, the smaller campus, and even like you had my number to contact me to come and do this interview. It's the kind of thing where everybody looks out for each other, even if you don't really know them. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a really great thing.
Yeah. So Jack, thank you so much for coming on HawkTalk, and we're gonna head in studio with Xander.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to HawkTalk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson. Very special episode. It's my first episode as just a normal student. I am no longer student athlete after the conclusion of the football season last Saturday. I am now just a student, so you are my first interview of student Xander Beeson. I'm joined by a very special guest. I'll have you introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, my name is Heather Cabral. I am Student Senate President, or otherwise known as Student Body President, and I am from Dickinson, North Dakota.
Awesome. I guess that kind of answers this next question. What brought you to DSU?
What brought me to DSU? Well, obviously, I was born and raised here, so DSU was just my entire life, pretty much. I remember going to homecoming parades when I was little, but also my mom and her two sisters came here, so I'm continuing that Blue Hawk legacy and doing that.
Awesome. How long have you been in Student Senate?
So I started my freshman year under the presidency of Jacob Marley.
My dog.
And then I continued last year under Darion's presidency, and then I just decided this year, you know what, let's keep going. I mean, yeah. I finish what I start, so.
Yeah. Once Darion graduated and moved on, what made you want to step up and run for that president role?
This is actually a really funny story. So originally he wanted Eniola Sotan, if you know her. He wanted her to become president, but she got a position in NDSA, which is our overall governing body, as vice president of governmental affairs, and she's like, Heather, I don't know if I can do this. I might have to quit Student Senate. And I said, you are not quitting Student Senate, no way. She's like, I will be your VP if you run for president. And so that's how I became president, is through Eniola saying, yeah, I'm not going to do Student Senate next year. And I said, no, we're in this together.
Okay. What are some of the roles that you have as student body president?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot. There's so many. So I first sit on President's Cabinet as a representative for the student body. So whenever they're talking about anything, I give updates on Student Senate and what the students would think for that. I also kind of oversee all the clubs and orgs in a sense. I kind of look over all their contracts. That's how they become a club, is that as a Senate we approve them. I like am everywhere with being Student Senate and working in the Office of Marketing and Communications. I've earned the nickname of Face of DSU from VP Provost Holly Kruke. So it's so much for one thing, but I kind of try to delegate those tasks so I'm not so overwhelmed.
Yeah, I'm kind of stepping back into Student Senate as a whole. What are some of the things that you guys do on campus?
So we have weekly meetings on Thursdays at 7, unless there's a holiday or something. And so we kind of have an agenda. We might approve a funding request, approve a club constitution. We try to do fun events like Sea of Blue throughout the year. So we order shirts at the beginning of the year that say Sea of Blue to help promote athletics. This year with theater coming back, we did, for the Foreigner, we did a student night. So we hosted like popcorn and drinks and did that. So we kind of are, as I like to describe it, the voice for students on campus. So if they have concerns or anything, they come to us and then we try to get them to the right people.
Awesome. This semester, we're in mid-November. We're kind of starting to wind down a little bit. What are some of the things that you guys may have in store for the rest of the semester or bleeding into next semester?
So our big thing right now is we're looking at potentially increasing student fees just to update the Student Center, because the Student Center hasn't been updated in a while, and looking at that, that's a potential deciding factor for students when they're looking at coming to DSU and other universities. So it's like, how can we take stuff that BSC has done, or UMary, you know, like local colleges that are kind of around us, and try to incorporate that small college, but like with a big college feel.
You kind of just talked about BSC and UMary, some of these surrounding schools. I know you guys, there's an event where you guys all the North Dakota Student Senates, they all meet together. How often when you guys are coming up with stuff that you want to do, are you pulling from people from different schools?
So it's kind of pretty often. We try to look at whether it's like with the Student Center update. This kind of all started last year under Darion's presidency. Acting president at the time, Ty Orton, brought it up to us as a Senate. So we worked in conjunction with Mackenzie Hicks, who is director of campus life at DSU, and she kind of assembled a committee, and they looked at like what other colleges did, like BSC, UND, NDSU, and whatnot. And now we're taking that proposal she made, and we're now, under my presidency, we're kind of trying to survey more students, refine it to see what they actually would want.
Okay. You kind of talked about it with your role in the marketing communications office, Student Center. Is there anything else you're involved with on campus?
Yes. So I am a student social media influencer in the Office of Marketing and Communications. So you've probably seen me all over DSU social media. I am Student Senate President, and I also am in the TRHLP, so the Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program. And in that, I am a mentor, so I lead one of our groups of our mentees with our entities that we partner with to get our service hours in. And yeah, that's it. That's all I do.
Awesome. Last question. We ask this to everyone that comes on HawkTalk. What does DSU mean to you?
Oh my gosh. I was thinking about this. I think what DSU means to me, I'm gonna kind of use our like little marketing slogan, blue runs deep. Really, when you think about it, blue technically really does run deep. I was born into being a Blue Hawk. I've been surrounded by Blue Hawks my entire life, but also when you look at just DSU all across campus, you can really see from the faculty and staff to our professors and other students that they really do care about one another. You know, like students are always willing to help. Your professors are always willing to work with you. I kind of had this realization when I went to the Foreigner, because theater was brought back, and at the end they played that song where home is wherever I'm with you, and that's really, I like started tearing up because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I represent as student body president. So like this feels so good that theater is actually back, and like we're trying to bring these things back to make DSU more, you know, more students wanting to come here.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's everything I have for you. I appreciate you coming on, and we will see you guys next week.
What's going on, guys? I'm Cash Randle. I'm the host for Minute with Molander. This is President Scott Molander, and what is the craziest excuse you ever heard for somebody missing class?
Oh, where do I start? This was only a minute. You know, it's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day about skipping class, and then, of course, I was at teaching at Butler the last 4 years, and oh man, I've heard it all. I mean, from the cat. There was one where the kid said the cat or the dog took his keys and ran away when he let him out to go in the bathroom. So I don't know. I could see a dog maybe doing it, but a cat doing it. I think it was a dog or a cat. I can't really remember, but that was probably one. He said he let him out, go to the bathroom that morning, and the dog ran away.
Probably gave him the keys. It was like, go off for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he probably videoed it and everything. Yeah.
Very cool.
What's up, Blue Hawk fans? My name's Cheyenne Jacobs, back with your weekly recap, so let's get into it. Cross country finished their regular season in Billings at the Frontier Conference meet, with many athletes setting personal bests and finishing 7th as a team. Caleb Sarsland finished 3rd individually, securing a trip to nationals in Tallahassee, Florida. So good luck, Caleb. Men's basketball went 1-1 at the Fairfield Inn & Suites Classic in Bellevue, Nebraska. They head to Idaho this weekend to take on Eastern Oregon and LC State. Women's basketball went 2-0 at their tournament in Nebraska. They head east this weekend to take on University of Jamestown and UMary. Both teams, though, kick off their conference season at home in Scott Gym on November 21st and 22nd. Volleyball ended their season with a tough loss against Carroll, but then came back the next day to beat Rocky. They finished their season with a record of 13-14. Football finished their season as well at home against Montana Tech, unfortunately losing 31-7, ending their season with a 3-7 record. Shout out to our co-host Xander Beeson for playing his last game. We are so proud of you. Women's wrestling opened their season with a 4th place finish at the Battle of the Rockies tournament. 3 wrestlers were on the podium, with Michaela Jardine earning Women's Wrestler of the Week. They head to Chadron, Nebraska this week to take on Chadron State. We wish all the Blue Hawks luck in their competition and activities this week, and as always, Hawks are up.